Hello, everyone. We are looking at, pardon me, August 7, 1942. Hmm, hmm, hmm. 8 months into the war, eh? So we got an invasion. This is us, and it didn't kick in because of, it didn't jump down there because of, it wasn't the active screen. Sorry about that. But we have invasion. We have guys unloading, 8 coastal guns fire. We don't lose anything unloading. All right, that's just as well. Um, we've lost a sub, and they've lost a couple, I believe, in sub to sub action. So I was hoping we wouldn't get hit with that one. Yeah, why am I not surprised when these things go down to Japanese sub? Um, we're bombarding them, 16 coastal guns firing back. We lose a little bit of troops coming in here. 6 coastal guns. All right, Stingray just completely misses 2 torpedoes fired at this cargo ship. And now we have air phase, or air operations, the AM phase anyway. All right. We're attacking some submarines. We just gave away, we have a TBF Avenger here. I don't know how much he sees, but he may guess that our carrier is in the area. Of course, that doesn't mean he knows how many carriers. So yeah. All right, so I need to fly. Okay, thunderstorm saved us here. Also, we have really tough terrain here. I may need to start flying Cap here. So if he wants to try that again, it may be dangerous for his aircraft. All right, these troops, these poor lads in Banyamusin are getting wrecked. Okay, we got Anne's bombing us near Wenchow, and we're taking a beating. Herschel Cloud. These troops that are over here on the left side or west side of the situation, they're getting bombed and pretty badly beat up too. All right, we're bombing the ground troops because we're gonna do another attack here. See how we fare. This time we're bringing in lots of stuff. B-17s also. All right. Just not a lot of damage here. Now, the heavy rain, I guess, is problematic. Okay. Just very light. Oh, no! Yeah, he knows we have Wildcats here. All right. The jig is up. All right. So, 2 squads disabled. Just, man, not getting much in either of these bombardments. Hopefully the disruption and fatigue is real, if nothing else. All right, let's do afternoon. Okay, wow. All right, Stingray. They decided to go surface. Did we hit with the torpedo? No, just a one shell hit, and it shows it on fire. I don't know about that. All right, bombardment at Wenchao here, and here in closer to central China, in Xi'an, and then Yunnan itself. Batavia. Ooh, okay. Couple of vehicles, whatever that means. And then we lost some ground troops here as well. All right, Kapang. Okay. We lose a little bit here, west of Paotou. Okay, he's bombarding us, although his unit is pretty weak. In fact, it drops to 0 AV. I'm sure that's not real, but it drops to 0 AV. He takes some damage from our counter battery. He's deliberate attack here. I mean, I don't see it holding, but did this base flip without me noticing? It's possible, because I don't remember him invading it. Anyway, in this situation, he loses nothing, even though it's 1-to-1. We're both pretty wrecked. His 64 drops to 6, and our 7 is already pretty sad. All right, we're doing a deliberate attack again. Let's see how it goes. I don't know that it matters, but I didn't reform these divisions into full units, but let's just go. All right. It's 1-to-2 for level 2. We didn't reduce the fort level this time. Let's see how we did. I'm nervous because we just 1-to-2 isn't that good. He has terrain and forts to his advantage, but his preparation and experience are worse. Alright. So he loses some destroyed and a lot of disabled. Let's see. Okay. We lose a good chunk also. Really, it's very similar losses, both of us. We lose another 51 disabled vehicles. That's terrible because they don't, for some reason, they don't recover that quickly, unless I'm just doing something wrong. But I guess we'll keep at it. We'll give it another couple turns of bombing and rebuilding our troops. Now, the reason this is shock attack is because the parachute battalion that dropped in. The rest are deliberate attacks. So, and the 2nd Marine Division is pretty strong, so we should take this. Yeah, we capture it. Okay. So, all right, let's look at this. 626 to 53 became 218 to 1. But we did reduce the fortifications to 1. From what I don't know. We capture it, so that's fine. That's Oh, we destroyed the unit here. So that's a good victory. We secure Indeni. We have an PBY base over here. And next is, I think, one of these bases surrounding Tulagi. We've neutralized the base here, so really it's just a matter of setting up shop somewhere nearby and then working our way further north. And these guys will be trapped, and he won't be able to do anything about it. All right. I guess that's that. Okay, Agatu, we've brought some engineers there to build it up. um, some other expansions that don't mean anything at this time. I think I'm just going to jump into August 8th because there wasn't really any air action. We'll just go into August 8th and then talk about the after action at that time. But let's see if we get anything in reinforcements. Otherwise, on to the next day. Well, we just get a minesweeper, so there we go. All right. And we're back on August 8th. And we'll see what's going to happen today to either side, I guess, for that matter. Okay, not a surprise. Duds galore. Will we get another dud? No, we just miss instead. Perfect. Perfect 0 for 2. And why not make it 0? Keep it perfect, 0 for 3. We don't want to blemish that hit. The 0% rate. We're below the depth charges, so I'm gonna kind of knock that out. So just we wasted some torpedoes and he wasted depth charges. Alright, again, these mines here, you can see the little icon. Still not getting anything, but well, what are you gonna do? We do like shell hits the Umakazi, but I don't know what that results in. It probably nothing. We got fires going on here. Can't be sure, but usually when he bombards, he does a deliberate attack as well. We'll see if that's the case here. Alright, the I-23 also misses, which is good, because, again, those Japanese subs have a tendency of hitting my ASW ships. But we don't, well, it says we fail to find, so there's that. The Truon, okay, another British sub that is acting completely useless. Very, extremely frustrating. Neither British sub has done one. I don't think. Listen, if anyone has spotted one of my British subs destroying, well, hitting with the torpedo, let's say that, let me know and tell me the date, because as far as I know, I have seen zero. I kind of want to use the word activity, but that's not true. We've fired and missed or duds. All we've done is eaten depth charges that caused the staff to go back to base to repair. Otherwise, basically, no impact on the war. 0. Well, maybe a negative impact. Alright, we're sweeping Cooktown. These are like the usual raids, and I apologize for somewhat like repetitive turns. I do have objectives or reasons for them, It's not just to sit here and bomb while while the war passes me by. And he's trying to he continues to soften up Banyamasin here. All right, there. I don't know if we talked about this or this came up, but we spotted a small unit here that was looked like it was aiming to cross the road, across from this hex to this hex. So we're bombing it, partly because I don't know what it is, or didn't at the time. 46, or that I remember, 46th Naval Guard unit. Destroy some elements, disable quite a bit here. And now we know it's this Naval Guard unit. I'm still sweeping. I don't want to take a turn off of this anyways. But if I remember correctly, I have my B-17s. Even though my medium bombers are hitting this hex here, see that Japanese unit? You can see it now. It's got the little tag going this way. So the medium bombers are hitting here, but the heavy bombers are set to. I don't know for sure if they're going to go, but they're set to hit Cooktown. Seems like we're doing some piecemeal activity here. The first wave was pretty solid, but then it just sort of kind of went weak. And here's what I was going to say. We have a long-range cap flying here, as well as the sweeps, and the long-range cap is to keep him from bombing our ground troops. If in the event that he has bombers that can fly either from Port Moresby or maybe even as far as Rabaul. Alright, we're hitting a port, I believe, at Tulagi. Keep that base suppressed there. Yeah, okay, so we are bombing, indeed we are bombing Cooktown. Some decent hits there. Not bad. I like the supply hits, that's for sure. Not real good results there at Tulagi. So the I-32 doesn't get anything in, but it looks like we're not doing anything either. Pathetic. My ASW hasn't been doing much. Well, my subs haven't either, so it's been feeling like you got ebbs and flows of the sub warfare game. Sometimes you have days where nothing goes right, duds and misses. ASW does nothing, like not even launching depth charges, and then you've got days where it seems like every torpedo's hitting, and you're sinking several ships and maybe even subs as well. So this was one of those very uneventful days. Okay, here's a deliberate attack down here by Wenchow. We do get kicked out, but we go right up the road, so he'll have to come after us to keep this road free, because in the meantime we're going to be stopping the flow of supplies, at least down this road. Surely he can get some down the smaller road, maybe up the rail and then down, something like that. I didn't even look at the casualties. To me, it's not that important because these are small units anyway, and I'm imagining they're going to get thoroughly wiped out. But still, for the viewers, you might want to have seen what happened there, so I apologize. Anyway, the bombardment there, bombardment at Rangoon. Okay. Yeah, Kapang bombardment. Ooh, China. I guess that means we're wrapping up North China. Alright, Cooktown, we're bombarding. Some decent casualties here. 4 destroyed squads and 41 casualties. Alright, Adak, Johnston, Indeni, Bombay, and Rockhampton. Some successful expansions here. None of them critical, but you know, the Adak one is nice, and Bombay for that matter to get up to 9. Alright, we got a destroyer here. Okay. Okay. I mean, there was no air-to-air battle. We lost 7 ops losses, 1 to the Japanese. I don't like losing, any, but 7 ops losses, I guess when you have over 5,000 flying, you're guaranteed to have some. And we've been kind of aggressive with air cover on our transports up here at Indeni. The C-47s aggressively transporting supplies into China. We got Japanese Nell. That's it from him. We lost to Dauntless, probably flying ASW, but they do fly search as well. An SB-2U Vindicator, that might be flying from one of our islands. Some kind of ASW. P-38E up in Burma, most likely. I don't know if we have any flying anywhere else. And then, let's see, we did lose a pilot killed. Now these 2 wounded, I don't know. This 343, I don't know if that's the number of wounded all campaign, or if it's reduced, if that number I have not looked at this at all, but does that number drop? For that matter, missing in action, does that number drop when we find someone, and this number drops when we get a guy back healthy, or do they stay this number indicating that's how much we've lost throughout the campaign? I don't know. But one we lost, one for sure won't get back. Ship sunk, and we didn't hit anything. Let's look at this quickly and see if anything recent. Of course, we know this. It was like a Japanese sub just obliterated it. Other than that, yeah, I think we've seen a lot of these already. All right. So we have some APDs, some fast transports coming here and here, Renel and Kira. The goal here is to set up, to keep encroaching on his stuff, make him sweat a little bit. But that's a goal. Another goal is to set up. I kind of want to keep inching these search planes, PBYs, closer and closer to his stuff. Because if we could set up, say, Renel Island, we could get a search arc up in here. It's not bad right now, but we can't see Rabaul right now. But if we could establish at Renel, we could get up in here. I doubt we could get up to Kavieng. Yeah, see, that's 18. We barely would get Rabal. And even that wouldn't be necessarily 100% accurate because that's stretch flight. I'd like to get to Milne Bay and see if we can get, maybe up into here. That's for future. So I'm going. I don't know if I've discussed this before. I'm gonna like just literally sidestep Tulagi. That's roughly. I'm sure it's like maybe 2 regiments. I don't know, but it's certainly not a division. I mean, it's just under a division strength, but still, this would take 2 divisions probably in a long time to root that out. Yeah, ×3 terrain. So I'm just gonna bypass it. We'll start. I'd like to set this base up. It's got a 5 air capacity. I'd like to build this base up and actually have bombers fly out of it and recon and start checking out shortlands. Can we leap? And then there's of course Lunga. Can we leapfrog up to shortlands or we'll slowly encroach on his stuff here, but again, we've neutralized this base more or less, and we can just bypass it, and that's fine, and just leave these units to rot. We're transporting supplies here. That red exclamation is going to be going away, but we're set here. But as soon as I can, I'm going to bring a seaplane tender, and we'll launch from Rennell Island. But we'll stay here at Duff Islands as well, I think. In fact, all 3 of these bases will have aircraft searching out of, and I'll probably pull out of Luganville for now for that purpose. I'm going to have to figure out how to get really because basically we will lose this arc, but our arcs will be further forward. The question will be, are we okay with losing some sight if he gets through our net? So that's something I have to really think about as we push forward. I don't want to push too far ahead and lose sight of the stuff back in here. So yeah, that's something I'm not gonna forget to make sure that's covered. I slid back here real quick to just make sure to point out Baker. That's also an objective on our radar. And then so yeah, these 2 will be taken by these fast transports. Now, we flew recon over Rennell, and we found nothing here. With 4-5 detection, I found nothing. We're gonna still launch our invasion here. This one I haven't scouted out yet, so I'm gonna recon this coming turn. We've already reconned that. We're going to recon this, make sure nothing's here to ambush us. We'll drop our fast transport company here, and we'll have these 2 bases within a day or 2, because I guess you also have to initiate an attack and so forth. Then we're just doing the normal things here. The 40th Infantry will still keep pushing here, and we're still pushing our armor to complete the surround of Cooktown. I don't know how supplies works, if he's getting it around all of our stuff or what, and there's no point in leaving that up in the air. Just let's solve it by eliminating these 2 red lines, and then that'll kind of make it all moot. He'll have to bring ships in to keep that supplied, and maybe he's planning to, but that's why subs are here. That is. So yeah, that'll be a challenge for him. All right, as we continue up the west and northwest, we've got issues at Kapong, which trying to get supplies there by sub, and I don't know what I was thinking or how I ran into this problem, but I had way more supplies at Dili where I had less troops, and for some reason didn't put enough in Kapong where I had more troops. But it's holding so far, but that wasn't very smart. Batavia is running out of time. We've got our fighters off because I don't want him to take it and eliminate my fighter forces. But these Catalinas may or may not succumb. The Banjarmassen forces, they're on borrowed time as well, especially with the low supplies there. All right, continuing up. We've got our ongoing battle here at Rangoon. Oh, and let me just talk a little bit about what I was talking about, my quote-unquote seemingly endless bombing campaigns. The idea, again, was to neutralize Tulagi from Luganville, to kind of decoy him from Indeni, because if we bombed this too much, he might just reinforce it. We've secured that. We're going to bypass that. So again, that's just to keep that suppressed, and then we'll hopefully set up a base up in here and start up further north. But our endless bombing campaigns here, to keep Portland Road suppressed, and while we keep trying to conquer Cooktown, we've got like 2+ divisions parked here. And then today's bomb, so we're trying to keep the airfield suppressed here as well, because that's something we don't want him to build up and use as an air base, either of these. And then these troops, the idea wasn't necessarily to stop them from moving, but mainly to recon them, but also see if we could damage them while they're in this clear terrain. And I think we did a decent job of that. But yeah, so we've got parts moving in a lot of theaters, and we're not just sitting here just bombing for fun. Although it can be fun. And then, of course, we will take these two bases, set them up, and while the South Pacific is working our way up here, destroying these bases, the Southwest Pacific is going to work up here and start destroying these bases. So that'll be an interesting task as we continue up that way. Now I'm going to jump back up to Rangoon, and I could have used the mini-map, but I didn't. Burma, I should have said, not Rangoon, although I did want to start here. He's bombarding here. I don't know that he'll ever attack, how comfortable he'll be. He did catch up to us in this area. We're gonna head southwest toward Prom. I don't know what he has here, if anything. So let's just if we sit here and try to hold, we're gonna be. I mean, it's clear terrain. We have no defensive bonuses, and I don't even know if we're gonna get out of here. That's 15 miles, 16 miles we have to travel in one day to get out of there. But we're gonna give it a go. And we're giving these troops air cover cap, long-range cap, to see if we can get out of here before he bombs us. Because, again, clear. No, these are jungle. Okay. So we do have a slight ×2. And the 7th Armored Brigade is trying to rush out of here. Well, not rush, but we're thinking, hey, why don't we just go ahead and take Tong Yi while we're in the area, and then we're still shuffling units around here to put pressure on Mandalay and kind of try to go ahead and do our offensive a year earlier than historical, and try to push back toward Rangoon and Pegu. And then China is just the static bombardment back and forth in the north and central, and then in the east, we're just trying to harass him and see he has to chase us down. We'll just be a problem. By the way, let me show you the combat result there, since I jumped away from there so quickly. Um, all right, this was that attack against our Chinese B Corps, 21st B Corps, um, and it's not the worst attack, but we're clearly we're not built to hold in those situations. But again, it keeps him running around. He has to use burn supplies to destroy us. He chased us down here. He's probably gonna hit us here. We got wooded and rough terrain. That helps us a tiny bit. The troops aren't that good, but there again, keep him occupied. Yeah, if we just sit still and he sits still, he's not burning supplies. And moving around, we burn supplies as well, but he also has to move bigger units to chase us around and destroy us. So that uses even more supplies for him, for what little we will end up burning. Okay, I'm going to kind of wrap it up here, and I think I've covered all the things at least that I wanted to. We'll circle back and talk about August 9th turn resolution next time. And thanks for joining me. Take care and have a good rest of your day. Bye.